Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore launched on June 5, 2024, aboard Boeing's Starliner for what was meant to be a short test mission to the International Space Station (ISS). The plan was simple: dock at the ISS, conduct evaluations of the spacecraft, and return to Earth within weeks. But space has a way of turning the simplest missions into survival stories. Everything seemed routine at first, until NASA engineers ran post-docking checks. That's when they found it: a critical failure in Starliner's propulsion system. The thrusters were malfunctioning, and if they attempted re-entry, the spacecraft could spin out of control or even burn up in Earth's atmosphere. Suddenly, the return journey was no longer an option. Williams and Wilmore were now trapped in space with no way home at NASA's mission control. Alarms weren't blaring, but the tension in the room was suffocating. Engineers scrambled to find a solution, running endless simulations, sending software patches, and even considering emergency repairs, but nothing worked. Every plan led to the same grim conclusion: Starliner wasn't safe to fly home, and with each passing day, the risks of an extended stay in microgravity grew more dangerous. Despite the uncertainty, the astronauts adapted. They immersed themselves in over 150 scientific experiments, pushing forward with research on microgravity's effects on the human body, space technology, and biological studies. But the biggest experiment of all was survival. Every moment spent in space was a test of endurance. They stuck to strict exercise routines to slow down muscle and bone loss, ate their pre-packaged space meals, and kept in contact with Earth. But deep down, they knew the truth: they weren't supposed to be there this long. NASA worked day and night searching for a way to bring them back. Weeks turned into months. The situation became dire. If they didn't return soon, their bodies, already weakening from prolonged weightlessness, might not withstand the journey home. With no margin for error, NASA made a critical decision. They needed a new spacecraft. The answer came in the form of SpaceX's Dragon Freedom capsule. Unlike Starliner, Dragon had a flawless track record and was already being used for crew rotations, but repurposing it for a rescue mission wasn't as simple as sending a rocket. It required careful planning, modifications, and months of preparation. A new Dragon spacecraft had to be refitted, tested, and launched specifically for this mission. Engineers worked tirelessly, modifying the capsule to ensure it could safely carry 2 additional astronauts back to Earth. Every calculation had to be perfect. One mistake and the mission could fail. Finally, on this March 18, 2025, after 286 days in space, the moment arrived. The Dragon Freedom undocked from the ISS, carrying the 2 astronauts on a 17-hour high-risk journey home. As they plunged through Earth's atmosphere, the ISS capsule's exterior burned fiery red, enduring extreme temperatures. Then, parachutes deployed. A final descent at last. Splashdown. Off the coast of Florida, recovery teams rushed to the site. But after nearly a year in zero gravity, Williams and Wilmore couldn't even stand. Their muscles had weakened too much. They were carefully lifted out of the capsule on stretchers, barely able to move. Their bodies would take months to recover. What was supposed to be a simple test flight had turned into one of the longest unintended space missions in history. Their survival wasn't just a testament to their training, it was a reminder that in space, even the best laid plans can fall apart. As humanity prepares for longer missions to the moon, to Mars, and beyond, this story will serve as a chilling lesson. When something goes wrong in space, survival is never guaranteed.